Well guys, the Mario Kart World Direct has finally come and gone, and there's been a lot of discussion about this game for the last few weeks, as ever since the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct ended and we found out that Mario Kart World is going to be an $80 game, Nintendo has been receiving a lot of backlash about this, a lot of people saying, drop the price, and a lot of just kind of negativity around this game in general, despite the game looking so impressive because of how it's kind of setting like this new standard now that video games could potentially be costing $80. And a lot of times people were saying, let's wait for the Direct, maybe the Direct is going to show something crazy, maybe this is where they're really going to tell us like why this game is so insane and so exciting. And well, we had the Direct, and if you guys want my honest thoughts about it, I think that this Direct was pretty average and basically what you would expect from a Mario Kart Direct. So there was nothing in here that made me like jump out of my seat and go absolutely insane. It is pretty much a brand new Mario Kart game and has the things that you would expect. So they talked a little bit about like the Grand Prix and how there's going to be Knockout Tour, and we already kind of knew about these modes from like the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct and then also like the treehouse footage that we had after, so it wasn't really like a whole brand new announcement or anything like that, but we got to see a little bit more of that. They talked about some of like the new characters that are going to be in the game, some of the new tracks that you're going to be racing on and stuff like that, just some pretty normal stuff that you would expect out of a Mario Kart game and like a Mario Kart presentation like this, so wasn't anything really too surprising. They did talk a little bit about some of the other modes though, so we got to see that the battle mode is in fact going to be in the game. However, the battle mode, they only showed off 2 mini games for it, so I'm hoping that that doesn't mean that those are going to be the only 2 mini games that are available. So they showed off like the classic balloon battle where you got to pop people's balloons, and then they also showed off like coin runners where you have to try to take as many coins as you can. But that was the only 2 ones that they showed, where even in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, there's a lot of other fun ones that you can do. My favorite one is unfortunately not going to be returning because that was the one that was called like Renegade Roundup with like the cops and robbers where you had to have like the piranha plant and capture people and put them in jail. But because the piranha plant item is just removed now inside of this game, they can't have this battle mode anymore. But there were still some other fun ones too, like I think there was like the shine thief where you had to like steal the shine and then run away and stuff, and like that one doesn't seem to be in here, so maybe they're still in here and they just didn't show them inside of this Direct, or maybe they're going to be added over time with like updates and stuff, but hopefully it isn't just those 2 modes because that would be a little bit underwhelming. Now, they briefly talked a little bit about one of the new mechanics in this game too, so there's going to be something called like the charge jump now, where you kind of charge up a little bit and get like a little boost to kind of jump a little higher, and it seems like you can kind of do this defensively to even avoid shells that are coming towards you, so that's actually going to add another layer of gameplay depth now to how you play the game and how you can play defensively. But it also seems like you can kind of use this offensively too if you want to kind of like jump up on top of like a rail grind or something and kind of get like a speed boost that way and stuff. So I'm excited to see how easy it is going to be to kind of pull this off and how it's going to work, because that's definitely something that could actually change like how the entire game is played. And then mainly they kind of just focused on like the open world aspect about this game, because that is kind of like the big selling point about this game. It's called Mario Kart World because everything is an interconnected world, and they talked about how you're going to be able to kind of just drive around this entire world and go wherever you want, but they did kind of explain some of the other things that are inside of this kind of world to make it more exciting and kind of more fun to go through. And so they actually kind of subtly confirmed that there is kind of like a missions mode that is going to be in this game, where basically throughout the entire world there's going to be like different coins and switches and things that you can activate, and when you do that there's going to be kind of like these little missions that you can kind of complete, and you kind of get like a stamp for I think doing it, or some type of little reward. So that is going to be interesting, like if you're kind of somebody who has a lot of fun doing those types of missions like from Mario Kart DS back then I think that would be kind of fun to kind of have like these little challenges to kind of go through now inside of Mario Kart World. I think the best way to kind of do this would be if there's some kind of boss fight that you can have in the world too, like if there's going to be like a Wiggler race that you could do or something against like a giant Wiggler, and some of like the cool stuff that we had with like the boss fights in Mario Kart DS, that would honestly make this really perfect for me. But then they also talked about how this is also going to be a big way for you to unlock the alternate costumes for a lot of characters, where you basically travel around the world and kind of go to these like restaurants and eat like these different food items, which are then going to unlock like the different costumes and skins for your characters, and then those can be chosen from like the character select screen. So it's basically going to become like do the open world and go to as many different areas as you can and unlock all of the different costumes that you can get for every area, and that's basically going to add all the different characters and every alt that you can have onto your character select screen. So that is a pretty big incentive now to actually do the open world content, so it is cool. I'm definitely going to be checking it out too, getting all the different alts and everything for my characters, so that is a pretty nice reward for being able to do those. And then they kind of just talked a little bit about some of the new items that are in the game, like the ice flower and chemic and the coin shell and stuff like that. And then a little bit about like the online mode and how you're going to be able to play with your friends online and kind of roam around the world, and then also do races and knockout tour and all that type of stuff too. But besides that, I mean, that was kind of it. It was pretty much a very like average, safe direct, pretty much just like what you would expect. Not like any big surprise or like huge adventure mode or something that they were hiding from us that was going to be like a huge reveal. It was pretty cut and dry for what we got, so nothing really too surprising. They didn't even talk about DLC either, so they didn't mention anything in terms of like free updates coming to the game or some type of like kind of booster course pass or like an extra world or anything that's going to be added to give more characters and tracks and stuff. But I feel like that's probably going to come down the line regardless, because they know how much money Mario Kart makes, and if they're selling this game for $80, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some $20 DLC or something down the line, maybe in like a year or two, where they're going to add more characters and tracks and stuff, because that's just going to make them a lot more extra money, and it would be kind of stupid to just leave this game after it comes out. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting updates like that throughout the entire Switch 2 generation. But yeah, besides that, I mean, it's pretty much just what you would expect from a Mario Kart game. The world aspect is really cool, but I really kind of need to play it to kind of see for myself if it's really something kind of revolutionary or if it's kind of like a gimmicky thing that you kind of just do a little bit and you don't really care about it much anymore. But either way, yeah, it was a pretty solid direct, and I mean, I'm still excited for the game just because I love Mario Kart, and it's been like, what, 11 years since a new Mario Kart, because I got Mario Kart 8 when it came out on the Wii U day one. I was there for the Switch one as well, but I already played the track so much from the Wii U version that I wasn't really super excited with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But this is going to be an all new Mario Kart that I'm actually going to be investing so much time into after so many years. But yeah, that is pretty much kind of all the information that we had from this Mario Kart World Direct. If you guys enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to click that like button and also subscribe to the channel as well. I'm definitely gonna have some more videos talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 and all of that, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Comment down below and let me know what you think about this. How are you guys feeling after this Mario Kart World Direct? Is this game even more exciting to you? Do you not really care as much about it? Do you think that the game is worth the $80 that Nintendo is asking for it now? How do you feel about everything? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. But if you don't have anything to say about it, just comment your favorite emoji down below for some engagement. I would really appreciate it. Go follow me on Twitter at Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.